Hello, 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 everybody. Tango back on Hermitcraft, and we are flying over the Brown District, checking out. There's a rainbow bridge here. That's new. There's so much stuff like popping up all the time here that I don't even know it's here. But today, guys, we are heading back to the project that we left for a little bit now, and that's this guy right here, Tek Tonics, my potion brewing business. It's been here. I started it. We put a couple episodes into it, and today is going to be a big one. If you like Redstone, today is going to be Hi. Today is going to be that episode. We did a couple collabs with Impulse on the Wither Skull farm, and I think it's turned out great. It's mostly done, but I want to get back to this. I really want to get back to this guy and open up the business here. And yeah, we got some plans today here. So last time we were here, we started this crazy potion brewing system here. We ran into a little bit of problems with some of the hopper timing and stuff like that. But then I also kind of came to the realization that this guy's got some flaws, some kind of overall flaws that I don't think I'm going to be able to fix, and I don't think I want to fix. So the big flaw is hopper timing, okay? Like, a lot of this design right here depends on the concept of like putting items into the hopper and having them sequentially flow down in a nice clean order, and that generally works. It works quite a bit, but it's weird. It's weird. It's like you log out and log back in, and then later on some of the hoppers get like misaligned or something. I don't know the details on it, but it's basically what happens. The hoppers will get misaligned, and the items will not. They'll start not flowing sequentially as you would expect. Like you'll get two items, or you'll get a gap and stuff, and the items start getting out of sync here. So it's going to be really hard to allow these all these potion brewing stands to fill up correctly using just hoppers. Now, I could have moved to minecarts. And that would distribute them more evenly, but the other kind of flaw here is I don't want to have to brew 16 at a time here. I mean, yeah, it's going to be ultra fast here, but cut to the chase here. I've got a new design, okay? This side is mostly going to stay the same. It's still going to be a ingredient selection kind of process here, but this side here is going to change drastically, okay? So step one here is I need to tear this down, but I think you guys are going to like what I come up with better here because it's going to be pretty good. It's going to be pretty good. I'm excited. So let me tear this down and put up some kind of preliminary stuff and at least describe how the system is going to work. Yeah. Well, that was a whole lot more destructive than I originally intended. Yeah, we're pretty much starting over from square one here, but that's okay. That is okay because we're going to be building something pretty sweet here, I think. So yeah, okay, so this side here is, I just started it out a little bit here. It's, again, like I said, it's going to have the ingredient selector, okay? So you're going to be like, I want to make a healing potion, and it's going to be splash, okay? And this is a trailing netherwort design. I'll probably go into that a little bit later, what that means, or when I'm doing that side over there. So let's see, how do I even start here? So yeah, okay, this is going to have one of the features that I like to always have in a lot of my potion brewing systems, and that is that if you run out of any one of the ingredients you're selecting, the system will turn off. So it's not gonna attempt to partially brew a potion, which is, who's laughing at me? Somebody's laughing at me. There's a witch around here. All right, so let me do a few of these guys here so you can hear them clicking, and that's because I got torches down below all these. So when you select the potion here, okay, like this guy, the gunpowder there, it's going to turn off the torch here, okay? And that's going to depower the dropper here. So the dropper is where you're going to have all your ingredients, okay? Right there. And the way it's going to work is it's going to signal all the, well, let me build a little bit more here, and I'll show you what's going on here. So let me do a little bit here. So what this part here is going to be is the detection for whether or not whether we have all the ingredients, essentially. I don't really need to build all these. I'm just going to build one here, or two maybe. We'll do two. All right, so lights. Okay, so droppers are all going to be up there. I want to have blocks behind it, and I'm going to have comparators coming down the line here, okay? So this line here is going to remain powered, okay? And that is what's going to allow, so if that's powered, all the droppers are powered there, and that's what's going to allow us to like select and deselect. You can hear like they're clicking right now because these torches are going on and off, but if we have this line up here powered, then those torches going on and off won't pop out items. So that's kind of key. All right, so we got that. We got, do I have comparators on me? I do. So these guys are here. Okay, now the comparator reads through the block and from the dropper. It's reading the contents of the dropper back there, which is good. And even if this is powered, the comparator here doesn't pick up on that signal, which is kind of cool. So we need one up here now, like that. And then torches are gonna go like there. And I don't have stuff here because this is netherwort. It's always selected. You see there's no lever there, so you always have netherwort. You always have a trailing netherwort. Everything this supports is going to always be have a netherwort following after it. Okay, so let's see. We got that. We've got this guy. So what this is here is if you're either out of or I should say if you are out of ingredients and you have the ingredients selected. So you're like, I want gunpowder, and if gunpowder is empty, this system here is going to detect that, and it's going to turn the system off. So let me throw a couple more torches back here. And, okay, we got that. Okay, and I think we're good. This is just a dummy block so I can get up on top here. And torches here. Okay. So, right. So when that torch is on any one of the columns, it means we're selecting something and we don't have the ingredients. Actually, I wonder if it's working right here. I probably just don't have this one hooked up. All right, so when the torch is off, like this guy here, okay, this line is off, that torch goes on, that torch goes off. So if that torch off, that is going to allow that torch there to be powered, unless there is an item in the hopper, which the comparator there, not the hopper, the dropper there, unless the comparator here also turns the torch off. So kind of a simple little system here, and it's tileable, which is the big thing. It took me a little bit to get this tileable. And doing the alternating repeater dust thing here, just so I don't have to, because I could do double repeaters, but that would double up the amount of repeaters for no reason. So saving a little bit of resources there. All right, so let me run this all the way down. All right, a little more progress here. We got some lights in and stuff. I'm having fun. I'm having fun building this thing out. I'm really excited here. All right, so we've got most of this side well, yeah, it's like 90% done here. We got all our torches in, all our dust and repeater lines there, alternating torches there. Hop up here, all these torches here. Now again, if any of these torches is on, okay, whichever one is on, that slice is the one that is kind of the offending resource. Either I need it and I don't have it is what it's saying. So again, if any of those are on, it's going to power this line above it, which I can't get to because I'm not very smart. Let's see here. There we go. Haha. And then, oh good, I need a block there anyways. All right, so you can see like that line there is powered. It doesn't care which torch is on. It's just going to be like, you're powered. The system will be locked. And I'll show you how that hooks up in a little bit. All right, so we got our droppers here. Those are the ones that are going to have the items here. This line right here, like I said, is going to be powered almost all the time. The only time it's not going to be powered is when we're starting a new batch of, we're going to brew a new potion. So it's going to go off and then it's going to go on. And when it goes off, or when it comes back on, is when it's going to actually force the items in the droppers to spit up, okay? But it's only going to do it for the ones that are turned on because it's the torches down there are going to be predominantly on, so most of those droppers are still going to be locked. So we need lines here, okay, to block this off, to cut this line here. So let me do that now. And magic. Oh, there. Okay, good. All right, so like I said, this line down there is going to depower and then immediately repower. And when it does, there's going to be a little pulse extender here that I'm going to build out in just a second. And a comparator is going to go right here. A block is going to go right there. And then all of this stuff is going to power as well. Okay, so the items are essentially going to go from the droppers up into this hopper chain. But the hopper chain is going to be immediately locked. Okay, so the items aren't going to flow down. Now, if you're paying attention in the beginning, you're saying, but Tango, you said there's this problem with hopper chains and like how they sequentially push items and they can get out of sync and everything. You would be correct. They can. Okay, so I've got a little solution for that in this case. We're still going to have this hopper chain push the ingredients down, but what we're going to do is, I think it's pretty clever. Someone's probably come up with it already, but so this line is all going to be powered here, okay? Which means the items are going to be in those hoppers but not able to move. And then this pulse extender down here, which is going to be pushing into this block. It's going to be a comparator right, like that. Okay, and his signal is going to be slowly deteriorating. So from full strength, it's going to start going and turning down. It's going to have a nice, cool visual effect of these lights are going to go on and then go and all turn off, which is a nice side bonus. But the real benefit is that it's going to release these hoppers one at a time, like you, going down this line this way. And what that does is it allows the items to, like, this guy's going to unpower first. He's going to be like, aha, I'm free. And he's going to start pushing his items down the chain. And then a split seconds later, this guy's going to wake up and do the same thing. But because of that delay, this item can't possibly catch up to that item. And it forces them to all stay in order. So costs a little bit of time, but I've got plenty of time given how long it takes to brew potions. So I kind of like that. And it's got the nice little visual effect, like I said. So let's see. Let me build out the pulse extender here, and then I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. And we'll be done with this whole side of the brewing system. All right, easy enough. We got a couple more little blocks we extended out here. So it does extend the front face of this out a couple blocks, but I don't think that's a problem at all. All right, so we have our little pulse extender here. So, you know what, let me show you. This is kind of like the basic go-to pulse extender. I'm sure like a lot of you have already seen this, but I just wanted to show it to you in case you haven't, because it's like, it is the best little pulse extender out there. Pretty much this right here. A couple of comparators going opposite ways. On one side, you do double dust, and on the other side, you do a block coming out of one of the comparators into a single. So what happens is once you power this, this kind of loops around, and every time it gets to these two, it loses one power signal. So it takes quite a little while for that signal to fade out. So watch, it's like, it's on, and then, let me put we'll put a little guy right here. Boom, so the light's on, okay? Watch, boom. And then you can see it's taking time. You can see the redstone is fading, and then it's off, okay? Nice, cheap pulse extender. It's kind of my go-to one I always use. And if you want to go with like a little bit longer one, you can just double this up. You can honestly like double it up quite a bit. So you go like that, and then, you know, I'll do this, turn it on, and turn it off, and now it's got to go through even more comparators, so it takes even more time for the light to go out. There you go. Pretty straightforward stuff. So, but again, really useful. It's pretty much the best pulse extender, I think. So that's what's going on right here, and then up here, so that's going to be fired when, this line here, like I said, is going to always be on. And then when it gets off, when it flicks, it's going to go off and on to start a new batch, which is going to make this torch go on, as it is now, which will bring all this stuff up here and power all this, like I said. So all the lights are on, okay? Those lights are only going to be on for like a split second because, like I said, this torch is going to immediately get turned back off. So if I did this right, oh, that's just annoying. Stop with the block in the face. Okay, hop up here. Now, when I break this torch, the pulse extender should start fading. And that's going to cause that line to pull down, I think. So, Nice, nice. Okay, good. Perfect. Again, so that's what releases the items down this hopper chain to go into phase 2 of the brewing system. So we're done over here, I think. Yeah. Excellent, excellent. All right, this side is completely done. I got to obviously put in the ingredients and all that busy work and stuff. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. And I'll put a ceiling here, probably like... meh, something like that maybe. I think will look good, probably, sort of, kind of, maybe. So onto this side. All right, so we've got a little change of plans over here. Instead of 15, was it 15 brewing stations all lined up and trying to stay with the sinking and everything? No, we're going with 4 individual brewing bays, or pods, I guess we'll call them here, okay? So the idea, okay, you're gonna lever technology, okay, right there. One of those, probably the lever right there. That's the power switch. You're gonna turn that on and go, haha, brew away, good sir. And that's gonna start continuously doing batches, again, as long as you have all the resources you have selected. So what's going to happen is, like, batch number 1, the lights are going to do their little thing, and then all the items are going to come around, go into this little hopper here, and boom, they're going to shovel into this guy here. And this is going to be a self-contained automatic brewing system that will brew the, water will go in, and with the blaze powder and the stuff and the ordering, and whammo, potions are going to pop out this guy here, okay? So batch 1 goes in, goes into there, and then a short time after that, automatically, without doing anything, batch number 2 is going to come along and fill up into bay number 2, and then a short while later, and then to batch number 3, and then 4. And everything's happy, okay? So we are going to be brewing 4 complex potions at the same time. Well, actually 12, because 3, some carry the 6 and 2. Yeah, something like that. So many potions are going to be brewing. And then it's going to wait until, like, the thing finishes here, okay? Because we're going to be able to fill these guys up faster than they're actually going to be able to brew. So we're going to fill up the 4 bays, and then when this one becomes done, and it's going to automatically kick in again without me having to turn it on or off or press any magic levers or anything, batch number 1, deploy, is going to go back into filling this guy up here, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4. So basically we have If you guys remember, like my first brewing system, it was very much like it looked like this, but then it all just funneled into one brewing potion stand. Now we have four, and they're gonna all be utilized in parallel, which is pretty cool. I think pretty cool. So that's the plan. So let's see here. Let's get some business and oh yeah. So right here is going to be water. Okay, this is where we're gonna put the water bottles. This is the only kind of shortcoming, if you will. I think I might take a stab at improving this later, but right now you got to manually fill this up with water bottles, and given that they don't stack, you might have to do that. Voice. You might have to do that more frequently than you would expect to do it. I don't know. So I may go into some kind of overhead loading gummabob system after this episode, but we'll see. We'll see how much of a pain it is. And then the blaze powder itself, you know what? Like, you could set up an automated system for distributing blaze powder, but one stack of blaze powder brews literally like 1,200 potions or something, just utterly stupid. Because I think you get like 20 batches out of one, and then there's 64 in a lot. So you pretty much never have to fill blaze powder up if you put a full stack in there. So I'm not even going to bother with automation. All right, so let me grab my bits and bobs, and we'll show how to build up one of these little brewing pods. You know, whenever I do an episode like this, it feels like I'm appealing to half of you. Those of you that really like Redstone, I feel like I'm appealing to half of you. And then the other half of you are just like, a little piece of drool coming down the side of your mouth right now. And you're probably clicking forward in the video. Come on, get to the end. I just want to see this thing work, right? Is that how it goes generally? Let me know. Do you watch the whole thing, or do you just clicking through? You just clicking through? I think you're just clicking through. All right. Anyway, moving on. I'm having fun here. We're in the back here. We're in the back of the business, and we got all the phase 1 gloriousness over there. And now we're going to do all the phase 2 behind the scenes here. So I added some hoppers. They're going to pull the water bottles out of the chest and push them into the brewing stands. All right, so the whole idea now, before I was talking about a trailing nether wart system, and by that I mean that the last item that you always pull is always a nether wart, okay? And what that does for us, there's been brewing stands that work off this. I didn't invent this, but it's a pretty handy concept because what it allows us to do is read off of this hopper. So we're going to put in some items. Let's see, we're going to go like bam, bam, and then I need 19 right there. Okay, so that is, you just got to put in 22 items of any item that can't go into the potion brewing stand. So I'm going to use our iron there. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to read the signal strength, the comparator, off of that hopper there. Okay, so as the items are coming in, only the next item will fit in this hopper. And so when we're just about done, when it's doing the last item, then the trailing nether wart will be there. Okay, and when there's a nether wart there, that's going to give off a comparator signal strength of 2. And when the potion is done, the nether wart, which is actually going to be for the next batch, is going to fall through, and that's going to take the signal back down to 1. So the nether wart is waiting always for the next potion to brew, but when that happens, that's going to allow us to know when the brew is actually done, which is kind of an important thing. So some of that, like this. And what I'm doing right here is actually pulling directly from redstone torch, directly from my other individual potion brewing system. That doesn't feel right. Is that right? 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 No, it's not right. Torch. There. Haha. And you there, and dust. Okay, that. So once we get the comparator here, like that, okay? Signal strength of 1 is going to like that, and you can see it's only on 1 right now, so it's not powering that. When it gets to 2, it's going to unpower this torch, which is going to allow water bottles to go through. Now, that's one piece. The other piece is we need to lock this hopper so it's not sucking up the things as it's brewing, because that makes everybody sad. So let's do some of this. We got to keep it clean. Got to keep it clean, and repeater, and dusty, like that. Okay, so again, signal strength 1 is going to hit this, and when it goes to 2, which means it's brewing, it'll power this, and this hopper will stay powered. So when that final nether wart falls through, this will unlock the hoppers, which allows us to pull the business through, the finished potions out, and also is going to allow the next water bottles to go into the next batch and be ready to go. So it's pretty much some of that. Now the items are going to come down. So our hopper line is right there. Okay, this block here doesn't go here. This hopper line now is going to come down here and then flow across all of these guys here. And we're going to do something interesting, and, well, not overly interesting, but key to the system, I guess you could say, is we're going to have an extra hopper on top of these guys there, and there. and then blocks something like that. Yeah, this is just going to go all the way down like that, okay? And what that's going to do, we're going to have a redstone line going, falling. We're going to have a redstone line going down all of this, blah, 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 like that. And that's going to keep those hoppers locked individually. So we're going to have a signal strength that's increasing. So on batch number 1, this will be not powered. On batch number 2, it'll be powered, and this one will be unpowered. And then this line is going to grow, locking these hoppers. So these are the hoppers that are going to say, hey, I'm still open, and anything that comes down this line, because we're going to have hoppers for days. Those are just, don't need those. But you get the idea. This is the line like this. So the items are going to come flowing in here, and then if the item below is not powered, they're going to get sucked down into that bay. So what's next here? Yeah, okay, let me build out some of all this stuff here, and then I'm going to build out a little return system that's going to tell me when all 4 are done. And we're back, and the 4 brewing bays are done, and they are ready for brewification, because that's what they do. They do very well. Some other little bits here, like this line, which I'll talk about that in just a little bit, but now we're moving on to over here. So this is kind of where the guts and magic and logic and brains of the system are going to live here. Kind of nestled into the corner here. Tried to save some space on the whole thing. Yeah, this is what's going to control when to fire a batch, when to turn off and on, and just all that stuff. So the first kind of layer we have here, this is basically just a big old pulse extender, which is going to make a big old clock, more or less. So I'm not going to go into the details of what's going on here. Just know that there are elves and magic and I think Nutella involved in making this happen, I think. But anyways, the big thing that we need to do is, so over here this is the power line here, okay? You can see the little switch on, light on. Turns off this torch, which allows this line to be unpowered. And I think we want a torch right here to burn out. That would not be what we wanted. Okay, that instead. And stop. Okay, now if we do that again, this time with half a brain. There. Okay, so I believe what that did now is it started the pulse extender here. Yep, you can see the items ticking up to 20, and then all the way down. So we have 20 items in here. And then while that's got items in it, it's decreasing now. You can see it's powering this, which is turning that line off. And you can see it just pulsed again there, which allows the torch to go off, of course. And then when the last item leaves, that torch goes back on, and it starts a whole nother cycle. So it's a pretty long cycle here. You can see it's counting down now. 2, 3, 2, 1, 6, 7, 4. Bam. Starts another cycle. Okay, so that's the basic loop. Now, we need that to be so long because we got to wait for, like, netherwort to come, like, from all the way down there, down all these hoppers, all the way down into Bay 4. So it takes it could take up to like 12 seconds for those netherwort to get all the way down. So that's why we need a long clock here. So yeah, this is the kind of stage 1 magic here. So now the trick is this line right here, okay? When this line is powered, the system basically turns off. So obviously if I go, that torch goes back on, and that of course turns it off because the system is off. But you guys remember, if you remember back like 100 years ago when I talked about the auto shutoff stuff, which is this line here from phase 1, I need to take that line now and carry that down to here as well, so that if we're missing ingredients, which we are right now, it will also turn the system off. And then we're going to build some more stuff up top here, which is also going to have other turn-off logic modification. So, go! Oh, wow. Okay. Stuff has happened. Yeah, this may be hard to explain. This took me essentially forever to get this all working the way I want it to work. I think we're done now. I haven't actually tested it yet, but I think we're good. So, okay, let me explain a little bit of what's going on. I'm not going to go into all the details, but we've got 2 little kind of systems here. A dropper-dropper system facing each other and a dropper-hopper system facing each other. This one here is the counter that locks the individual bays. So you can see I got 4 shovels in here. So each time a cycle down below, which we showed you a second ago, triggers, it's going to power this line right here. So it's going to basically push one more dropper or one more shovel into the hopper here, which is going to be locked, okay? So like the first shovel that goes through will add 3, 1, 2, 3, so it's not going to lock any. And then so each time a shovel goes through it, it locks another 3 redstone here. So here's 1, so obviously it can go into that one. Here's 2, so obviously you can go into that one, but not that one. So you get the idea. So this is what extends the signal down there. Now at the same time that happens, the signal goes up here and we have a little dropper where this just has one item. So this is just a kind of a binary state here. When the item is here, the system is ready to go. Every time a new batch starts, it's going to try to push that item, or it's going to push that item over to here. Okay, obviously it may be over here already. So it's going to do that, which is going to lock this hopper here, which is what keeps the shovels from pushing back over here, okay? This right here is when the final bay is actually brewing, it gets a signal strength of 2, which is going to hit this guy, and is going to turn this torch off, okay? When he's done brewing, when the final bay is done brewing, that torch is going to turn back on and kick this iron back over to this side, which is going to depower this hopper, which is going to allow these shovels to go back into here. So pretty cool stuff right here. I like it. That's the majority of it. I mean, there's more. There's like, you know, the lines with the power off and comes down here. And then there's one little extra bit I hooked up. So that was the torch right there that figures, you know, cycles the whole system. I ran that line into here, into a torch, which goes up there. And that's what fires off the whole round to start a new batch on phase 1. Which powers that line right there, okay? I think we're ready, is what I'm trying to say here. Let me get some items and let's see if this thing actually works. Here we go, here we go, here we go. All this work, time to see if this thing actually works. It's probably gonna break. All right, I took a stab at kind of decorating the front up here. It's not bad, I guess. The only optional thing, I suppose, is like I could do this and kind of put like stairs or something there to hide it off a little bit more, which I think looks a little bit better, but quite honestly, I'm kind of just crazy. I'd like to be able to see that hopper and be able to click on it and see what's in it. So again, all those hoppers have the 19 items, so it's going to have one ingredient there. I primed all of these with some nether wart. As you can see, there's one in each ready to go. I think we're all set here. The only other thing I want to do is get more lamps and probably put lights here, just so that when you choose something, like I'm choosing redstone, that the light goes on just to kind of make your selections a little bit more obvious at a glance without having to look at the levers. I like that. All right, I don't have a lot of ingredients here, but I've got some sugar cane, so we're going to make some speedy potions, and we're going to extend them with some redstone. I have some gunpowder here. I could make them splash, but I just want to see if this thing works here, and of course, you got to have the nether wart for the trailing nether wart. All right, here we go. So I got to say, I'm strongly leaning toward making a tutorial for this, but let me know what you guys think. I know I showed a lot of it here, but there's a lot of bits that are confusing, especially that central part in the back there. So let me know if you think it's tutorial worthy. I think it is, because I think it basically beats my other system that had this design, because it's 4 instead of 1, so quad speed kind of thing. So anyway, here we go. Let's fire this thing up and see how broken it is. Go. Okay, first batch. I like that. I like that. Come on. Come on. Potions. Appear now. I said appear now. Why are you not appearing? What? What? Oh, the back. Oh, wait. Hold. Oh, because I think, okay, because it was already on batch 2. That's fine. That's fine. So that guy's going. Now this guy is populating. Yes, he's going. And the speed is there. And let's see. Another batch should happen now. Yeah. Okay. And give me some bottles. Bottle me. Bottles, bottles, bottles. Good. And the sugar. And I can check back here. And there is that and that. Good. So it's got the redstone. And then the trailing nether wart. This is awesome. Okay. So the system is essentially off now, because the 4th pod bay is... Oh, this is so awesome. The 4th pod bay is in use. So once this guy is done, he's got to do his little brewing. The system will kick back around and loop. Again, those shovels in the back will loop over. And I just want to make sure that the next batch is going to finish up here. So this guy... Why are you not? I think this one was jammed up. Because, yeah, we already got awkwards here. Awkward. Oh, did I filled this chest up with awkward potions. That would be a problem. Okay, so you're... Well, this is awkward. Okay, let's try this again. This time with a little less awkward potions. I have reset everything. Everything's empty, ready to go here. I'm fairly confident that another word is primed and ready. We actually have water bottles in here now. Water, 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 water. Swiftness potions, redstone, go. Bam. Let's see how this thing goes. I love that. That's so sweet. Okay, and there they go. There they go. Going in. Another wart that was there. The sugar cane, or sugar with the stuff. And then, okay, we got the... It should have the redstone and the trailing nether wart behind it. Next batch. There it goes. Boom, 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 boom. And the potion should be showing up now. I said now. There we go. Good. And the sugar cane. And yes, the first one you can actually hear going. Bloop, 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 bloop. All right, third batch. Go. I said go. There. And go. Good. Okay. There is quite a delay between each batch, but I like it. This is good. Okay. Potions going in. Brewing. Sugar. All right, I'm going to wait on just the fourth one here. I do want to make sure that the timing is right, that all the ingredients get in for the fourth one. I think we're good, though. And batch. Go. All right. Wait down here as the items truck along. This is so cool. I love it. Okay. Good. Takes a little bit longer for the items to get down to this one. Sugar, and now to verify, we've got the redstone, and then there's the wart. Just finally hit, okay? Now, if I go back up here, I think we're good. Over here, over here, over here. So like I said now, yes, this is done. So all four guys over there, that torch is off. So when that's done, that torch will kick on. It'll kick the iron dropper over. It'll release this. The shovels will kick back, and it should start a new batch. How are we doing? How are we doing? Any second now? Any second now? I have no idea. It takes like 20 seconds, 40 seconds to brew a potion, so it's quite a long time. So honestly, that's the reason why this parallel brewing system is pretty sweet, I think. So waiting for this guy. Come on, I don't want to cut. I don't want to cut. Gotta keep it live. Gotta keep it live. If I go over there and check, it's gonna happen like right away. And now, turn off now. I said now. Come on. Are you broken? There we go. Bam, bam, bam. Stuff, shovels back over here, and okay, let's run around to the front here, and we should have the first batch going in. Good. Second batch. Second batch. Second batch. Second batch. There. Oh, this is so awesome. Okay, good. Here they go. Oh, this is so good. All right, guys, it's officially working. I'm loving this. I'm loving it. I think I'm going to do a tutorial on it next episode, or maybe I think I might be doing something with Cubfan next episode. We'll see. No spoilers, though. But the next time we work in here, I'm going to do something with this delivery system here, kind of maybe either make this double chest, or I'll probably actually just link all the hoppers together underneath. I might put like an elevator system in here or something. Oh, check that out. Is that... Yeah, this is False's advertising. I need to advertise this. I mean, someone suggested putting clear glass here just so you can like see my brewing system. That would be kind of cool. I might do that. But yeah, next time we're in here, we're gonna open up for business. We're gonna decorate it all. We're gonna get the shop up here, because this is where the customers are gonna come in up here. Like down there is employee access only, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, guys, this is great. This is great. I'm trapped. I'm trapped. I'm real pleased with how this turned out. But let me know what you guys think. I will wrap it up here, and I will see you guys next time. Later on. Tango out.